What's going on, y'all? I send this link out, then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. All right, bam. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Going to be a few pairs we're going to be looking at. Might have just started. So we're watching GJ, we're going to GA. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at GJ right now. We got a lot of high impact news going off later today. We got employment change, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. Got a bunch of news events popping up at 8:30. Then at 1 o'clock, we got an FOMC. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, so I'm looking at some other pairs on my other screen right now. We're going to keep GG on this screen for the moment. I was just joining the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. It's just a trade idea. Well, I'm in this already, but me and the members didn't enter nothing last night. This was from a buy. Let me order. So I'm looking at some other pairs, but they got a little bit of work to do. So we're going to let them do their thing for now. Give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at oil sales. We're going to be looking at GN sales. We're going to be looking at, I want to look at GA sales, but we're going to wait and see how price reacts to the level it's heading towards. We're going to pull all that up in just a second. Had a great day yesterday. It's been a good week. A little bit of a slower week, but we already saw that coming. But we had a great day yesterday. We're going to go over that in just a second. All right, cool. All All right, so GJ is still chilling right here. So I had a buy limit pop off from the huge imbalance that got caused on the Friday news on this candlestick. So right now we're waiting to see if price can break this level. So there's a few possible scenarios with GJ. Let's go on a naked chart. I say that, but this was from one of my one-on-one sessions. Let me just delete this really quick. All right. So right now we are bullish. All right, we see nothing but highs being made, so we're going to be looking for buys. Had this huge push to the upside that broke these levels of traffic to the left. Currently, we're retesting, chilling this level of traffic. So if we can break the daily zone, that way we can treat it as resistance currently, we can possibly see a new high get made today. Or if it rejects that level, we could possibly see a reversal to the downside get caused today. Because last time price was this high, we saw a huge drop. So we could see it happen again. But overall, we are still bullish, so we want to see if we can break and hold that level. We do have a nice imbalance right here. So it's going to be interesting what the news does today. So we're just watching to see if we can break that level. It looks like it's trying. Like I said, I'm in this trade already. This is because of buy limits trapped off. The people that are in the course channel already know about that. So I got videos breaking that down. I went over this with the members before in the past, but it's the only trade I'm currently in right now. I might change in a little bit. Catch up to these comments. What's going on, Shawn? I see you in here. So right now, I'm letting GM retrace it back up. You want to see how it reacts to this 4-hour level here. And if it can hold that level as resistance, I'm going to look for a sell right there. So that's the game plan right now. Just letting a couple of these pairs retrace. Brian's going to be looking for sells on GM. Now, I had someone hit me up asking about GM last night. And the reason why I'm only looking for sells is if we just look on the daily time frame, there's no new highs being made. You know what I'm saying? If we just look at the recent movements of price, there's no new highs. We see new lows being made. So I wouldn't really look for buys because the overall direction is bearish. Now that can change, but as for now, until we see the reversal happen, I'm looking for sells. And we've been catching nice sells. Anyways, like me and the members, we caught a sell here this day. I talked about this sell yesterday during London session. Missed the entry on this, but this was a setup we were looking at on yesterday's live. So, and then if you just look, prices, even on the 15, price has been dropping, hasn't really been shooting up. So there's no reason to be, unless y'all don't see what I see, but I don't really see any signs of bullish momentum at the moment. But we're going to let this retest and retrace. We're going to see how it reacts to this level here. So we're going to go ahead and let that do its thing. Then we're looking at GA as well. If I can type. All right, bam. So I just tapped this level and it's rejecting it. So we want to see how this candlestick closes. But I'm looking at a nice sell position here. This is the sell position we was talking about on yesterday's London session stream. This is the sell me and the members entered on Wednesday night Tokyo session. Then it ranged around here, did a retest. Then later on in New York, it broke this level. As you can see, it's just continuously making lows. Did a nice retest here. Going to see if we can hold this level. Want to see what the next 15 looks like. We can look at possible sells here on GBPJPY. Euro 80, same thing. Yeah, so we're watching EA and GA. See Euro New Zealand looks like. Yeah, so Euro New Zealand just touched this level as well. Yeah, so there's going to be a few possible setups we're going to be jumping on soon. Got a new 5-minute about to start in about 40 seconds. So we're going to be looking at EN, GN sells, EA, GA sells, possible GJ buys. And then gold buys. That's going to be the game plan. So yeah, we're going to wait for this candlestick to close and see what the next candlestick looks like. Then we're going to go over how we did yesterday as well. Give me 1 second. I forgot to put the banner up. I was running a little bit late, so let me go ahead and pull that banner up. All right, cool. All right, so this is how we did last week. This week, we're up as well. So we're going to just move this over to the left. Let me just make sure I got my charts up. So when I go over this, we're not missing anything. All right, cool. So this is how we did yesterday. Again, make it that first link in the description, join the free Telegram. You'll be able to see all this, join the free signal room. But this is how we did it yesterday. So we took 2 trades yesterday. We took, community members took a GA sell. All TPs hit, caught 120 pips. That was a sell I was just showing y'all. So we took this sell last night. Well, no, we took a sell yesterday on this 120 pip move. Nice 1 to 3, almost 1 to 4 risk to reward. So we made over 3 times what we were risking on this setup right here. And then we entered this trade on yesterday's live and broke this down on yesterday's live. This SPX sell. I gotta fix this. I always mess things up a little bit. Let me fix that because this was an advanced play signal trade. This was a free trade. So let me fix that real quick. Want to see a little magic trick? All right, bam. Look at that. Cool. So anyways, so we caught this SPX sell, all TPs hit, caught 4,000 pips. So we caught a total of 4,120 pips yesterday. And today 2-0. We also went over like 3 or 4 other setups that did end up going on as projected later on in New York session, but only into 2 trades yesterday. Besides that buy limit, the manual trades went into these right here. And then if you just click right here, it's going to take you to the top. Of course, you won't see the GA sell screenshot, but it's probably off my story now. But if you follow my Instagram, which you see on the bottom of the screen, I post screenshots of what's going on both channels, the free channel and the advanced play signal. But you see this is the trader call right here. See what time I called the trade. I called this at the beginning of London. And here's my entry, my SL, all the TPs. You can see some people viewed or entered the trade. You can see the reactions. Let me switch back to you. Let me see what I'm doing this. All right, cool. Go back to here. And then you see in real time when the TPs got hit. So we hit TP1 at 328. We didn't hit TP2 until 3 hours later, pre-market New York. Screenshot of me in the trade. There's probably other screenshots on my story still if it hasn't expired. So we hit TP3, GB4, GB5. We hit the final TP, I think, right a couple hours after the news, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's a screenshot of that huge drop on GA. Meeting members was in. And yeah. And then how we're doing this week. We're doing pretty good this week. We went 2-1 on Wednesday. Caught a total of 90 pips. On Tuesday, I didn't take any trades. And then Monday was a break-even day, went 1-1. And then as you can see last week on the screen, that's how we ended April. Ended April 14-1, 93% win rate. Caught a total of 27,562 pips in April. But for the month of April, we went 47-5 with a 92% win rate. Caught a total of 108,599 pips. You click here, it's going to take you to the very top of April. This was the first week of April. Click here, April 3rd. You'll be able to see everything and how we did for the entire month of April. Then we keep scrolling, you'll be able to see how we've done this entire year and all that good stuff as well, because all this is documented. You can go all the way up until around this time last year. But all the stuff is documented, as you can see. And yeah, and I do a recap every month and every quarter, so you can see how we've done literally this entire year, last year. So that's how we ended March. We ended March 59.5 with a 92% win rate. So we ended each month with almost a high 90% win rate. So we ended April with a 90+% win rate. We ended March with a 90+% win rate. If we scroll up, we ended the quarter with a 90+% win rate as well. Trying to scroll to the. I'm still watching EN. It is turning red, so we might be entering that soon. I am paying attention to that. I'm not getting sidetracked. Scroll. There could have been an easier way to do this, though. Yeah, I just messed myself up. Okay. It's so much easier to navigate through this on the phone. I don't gotta do all the scrolling, swiping, but we're here now. So if we go down here, trying to go to the recap of February. So I know I posted it somewhere. Trying to see what I can pass it. I am watching EN still. All right, so this is how we ended February. So February we went 55-6, so another 90, high 80% win rate, caught a total of 42,000 pips. And then if we go to January, this is the first week of February. All right, at the point, I'm scrolling too much. Let's pay attention to the charts now. But if you want to check all that out, it's all first link in the description. So price so far is holding this as resistance. So now I want to see a price is going to try to push to the downside. And if you can do so, we can look at a possible sell setup here. And that's the game plan. But going back to the bigger time frame, because you watch any of my trade breakdown videos on YouTube, by the way, that is what's currently got the top vote. Go to the community on my channel, hit my profile, scroll to the community, look at my most recent post. Excuse me, not my most recent, my second most recent, where I had the poll. Make sure to vote, because I am dropping the video. I'm gonna start letting y'all vote for the video for the week. So make sure to vote. But the trade breakdown is currently in the lead. But again, back to the daily time frame, we can see a nice low they made here. This gives the new lower low. We got a nice imbalance here, so if price doesn't hold this level, we can see a possible retracement, retest to around 76.05. And if we can hold that level, we can look for sells there. We can even go up to 76.80, and we can still look for sells there. I wouldn't consider buys until price breaks above 77.60, to be honest. So anything below that, we're looking for sells. So we're going to see if we can hold this level. We had a nice wall price that got made here last night, as you can see. And we're on a 15-minute time frame right now. So there's literally hours of price just chilling here. So our stop loss is going to be above this level, of course, which will give us a nice strong wall. So if price really breaks this wall of price, then it was going to retrace up to one of these levels, which we would just wait for it to hit these levels and look for a possible re-entry. But this is the level we're going to be paying attention to right now. Looking at the other charts on my other screen as well. This is the only one at a good entry at the moment. So we're just going to look at this for now. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered any trades yet. These are just trade ideas. We just went over all the possible setups we're looking at. And while we're looking at those setups, so if you just joined the stream, rewind. On a 50K funded, it's a 10 lot going to cause me to violate my account? That's a great question. I'm going to put up on the screen for people watching the recorded. So that's a good question, but it's not just a yes or no question because there's a few variables that's dependent on. You have a 50K account. A 10 lot size is a huge lot size. I wouldn't even use a 10 lot size on a 50K account to begin with. Especially with the strategy I use. And again, this is where this video actually is going to come in handy. So I'm going to send you a video, and you can use this video to figure that out, because that's just not a simple yes or no question. How big is the stop loss? Because that's what it's dependent on. You're talking about, is it going to violate your account? How do you violate your account? If you over leverage. A 10 lot size is a huge lot size. That is, you know how many dollars per pip you're risking? Let me know in the comments. That's not rhetorical. Let me know if you know how many dollars per pip you're risking on a 10 lot size. Let me know if you know. If you don't know, that's a problem, especially if you're considering using that. So let me know in the comments if you know how much you're risking per pip on a $10 lot size. I mean, not $10 lot size, or a 10 lot size. And if you don't know, that's fine. I'm asking these questions to get you to think. All right, so let me know if you know. Say you know, say you don't know. I want to see you respond in the chat. While I'm waiting for a response, I'm about to send this video in the chat. I'm gonna put this on the screen. This video is on my channel. It's literally titled exactly how you see it on the screen: how to count pips in Forex. This video, I go over how to count pips on currency pairs, gold, and indices on both live accounts, live personal accounts, and then for prop firm accounts, because there is differences if you're trading a personal live account and a prop firm account. There are some differences when it comes to counting pips on certain pairs. So I go over all of that in this video. This video is super short, straight to the point. So I suggest watching this video. You meant one lot? Now, one lot is completely different from a 10, but you say you meant a one lot. Again, same thing though. It just depends on what your trade setup is. It depends on your stop loss, you know. Like I always say in my disclaimers, what do I always say in my disclaimers? Let's scroll to the bottom. Scroll down. Ooh. Now, I post this disclaimer every day before the first trade I post in the free Telegram. And what does the last sentence say right here? To risk 1 to 5% of your account per trade. Now, on a prop firm challenge, obviously it'd be the former. You should not be risking more than 2% of your account per trade, because if you go and draw down even 5%, you're going to get you're going to get the violation. They're going to close your trades. You're going to be done. No excuses. So to be on the safe side for prop firm challenges, you want to risk 1 to 2% of your account per trade. So again, to answer your question, you gotta just pull out a calculator, and depending on the setup, because every setup is different, depending on the setup, you need to ask, if I use this lot size, will I be risking more than 2% of my account? If the answer is yes, then you do a smaller lot size. That's simple. Your name sounds familiar. I don't know if you're a member or you just be in the chat a lot. Let me know if you're a member or not. If you're a member, you definitely should be asking me that, because they have a video literally pinned in the group chat that shows you exactly how to figure that out. So there's that. But if you're not a member, watch that video I just sent in the chat, how to count pips, and then you just gotta pull out the calculator and figure it out. But again, every trade setup is different. It depends on the stop loss. It's not that black and white. We're going to see what other pairs are going on. All right, so GJ steady pushing up. So we want to see if it can break and hold this level. This is the level, the same level people were asking about GJ yesterday. People were asking about GJ thoughts. I said if we can break this level, you can look for buys. We obviously didn't break that level. It rejected that level. Went back down to this daily level. Had my buy limit get activated. That's why I'm in this buy where I had these markups. But this was from a buy limit. I did add another position where I broke this level, but this was from a buy limit. A manual trade, I'm going to be looking at a buy if we can break and hold this level. And again, I went over exactly why we're looking for a buy. If you missed that, it's just simply just looking at the market structure. But just rewind a little bit and join the free Telegram. Rewind to the beginning of the stream. We just started not too long ago. So if you just join, rewind the stream. Join the free Telegram first in the description first. That way, if we do enter something, you'll get a notification. But rewind so you can understand what's going on and why we're looking for what we're looking for. And we're going to delete this because we never entered that. Yeah, so we're looking at GJ 100 per pip. For a 10 lot size, yeah. A 1 lot size is 10 per pip. So yeah. Again, it's math. It's not, you can't just, say it's a good question, but it's not that simple. It's situational. Because every trade's got a different stop loss. And again, how do you make or lose money when price goes up, when price goes against you or with you? When it goes up. If you're in a buy and it goes up in pips and up in value, you're going to make money. If it goes down in value, you're going to lose money. If you're in a sell, it goes down in value, you're going to make money. If you're in a sell, it goes up in value, you're going to lose money. So with every trade, you have an SL and TP. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to play around with the numbers because it's literally just simple math. A lot of this stuff simple math and decimals. All right. The best type of math, none of that extra stuff where you got to pull out a protractor and square root this, none of that extra stuff. It's very simple math. It's literally just decimals, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. The simplest levels in math, and that's all it takes. You just got to pull out the calculator, calculate pips, calculate lot size. And I talked about this before, and I tell the members to do this. Just write you down a cheat sheet. That way you don't have to figure it out all the time. Once you figure out the lot sizes, write them down. That way, when you're in the moment, you're looking for a setup, just pull out your lot size key, and you'll be able to determine, what you need to put for the trade setup. Members, like I said, we are going to be going live today at 8:30 for the New York session news. We're going to see how the events pop off. Of course, going to answer any questions. And speaking of which, All right, so we're going to see what this next 15 looks like because we can look for a possible buy here. It's a little bit of a high risk trade because we're entering before the news event, but this is a good level for a buy. It's on a strong support level. We are bullish, so we're not going against the trend. And if you can hold this level of support, this would be the next ideal for a buy position, and we are bullish. Now, like I talked about yesterday, depending on how this news goes, we can possibly see all-time highs be created because we're at, and I've been talking about this for a while, if y'all been watching for at least the past couple of weeks. Right here is the highest price has ever been on gold. All right. At least in the past 2 years. But I think it's the highest gold's ever been. But at least, as you can see, this is 2020. Price at this level, huge downtrend began. Then this was last year in 2022. When price hit this level, we actually rode this entire downtrend down and this entire uptrend up. If y'all been here since the beginning, but that's besides the point. The main thing I want to stress is, again, we don't control the markets. We don't got a crystal ball, and we're not gambling. So just simply looking at market structure, you look to the left, it's going to explain what's happening in the present and what could potentially happen in the future. We see last time price at this level, huge drop. Price did it again, hit the same level, huge drop. Price at this level again, we could possibly see a huge drop, but we have this huge level of traffic that got made last month. So we could hold above these levels of traffic. We could possibly see an all-time high get made to that. So it's definitely a possibility on that. But I dropped a sneak peek and preview in the free channel of kind of how the lives with the members go. So if y'all watch this, I want y'all to pay attention to gold. Because if you look at the candlesticks and how gold looked this day, and look at how gold looks now, I literally called out and projected this setup happening. All right, so y'all want to learn something about the charts or kind of see what the lives look like with the members, check that out. Either way, it's filled with value and you can learn something from it. So, I suggest checking it out, but it's up to y'all. I can't make y'all do it, but it's there for y'all if y'all want to check it out. But GJ, kind of just like yesterday at this time, chilling at this level. We're going to see if we can break this level because last time price tried rejection. So there's that. Let's go to SPX really quick. Yeah, SPX is chilling. But this is a nice SPX sell we caught. We entered this on live yesterday, broke it down. This was a nice 1 to 3 risk reward. Entered at the very top. Didn't miss a single pip because again we entered way before New York session. We entered this during London session. So we caught the entire move to the downside. And if you look here, we caught this entire daily candlestick. We entered off this wick right here, rolled this entire daily candlestick down. All right, that's the power of this strategy. But we're chilling right now. Let's see what these other pairs are doing. Make sure we're not missing any setups. Nope, they rejected that level, which is why we wanted to wait for that confirmation. But it rejected that level, which is fine. So we're gonna let it do its thing. Because like I said, the retracement makes sense. So we're gonna wait to see how price reacts to this level. Look for a sell there, or even a sell when price comes to this level here. So we're gonna let price do its thing. All right. We want to go with the flow of price. We're not trying to catch every pip in the market. We're trying to go with the flow of price. Just because price is pushing up doesn't mean we need to enter a buy. Because again, where's the overall direction of price going? You can obviously see here it's dropping and no new highs have been made. So if we see overall it's dropping and we're in a downtrend, why go for a buy? Well, because price is pushing up a little bit? No, that's counter trend trading, and that will give you a higher risk and higher probability of losing the trade. We're going to keep an eye on EA though. Yeah, so let's say we're going to be watching EA. So we're watching GJ and EA. These are the most attractive looking setups right now. And then kind of same thing with this. If it doesn't hold this level, we can see a retracement back up to this level. And we can look for a sell there. So I'm not against the sell here if it can hold this level. But again, we're going to wait for the confirmations. Not being rushed to enter a trade because there's no rush to enter a trade. We're up for the week. And we understand the market conditions and all the possible possibilities. So we understand there is a high probability price can retrace and drop right here. So we're not going to jump the gun too soon. We're going to wait to see if price can hold that level, especially because we go into smaller time frame. Well, it was green, but you see how literally in 10 seconds it'll be changing. This went from green to red. So, there is that. But I was about to say, because it is green, it is pushing up, but you see how it switched. So this is a good sign. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I'm actually going to write this trade idea up because we might enter this, depending on what it does, this candlestick. But I do like this setup right here. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. But now you see it's green again, so it's definitely respecting that level of resistance. Whether it's ready to make that move or not, we'll have to wait and see. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a decent stop loss. Yes, we're gonna keep an eye on this. We got a couple minutes to the next 5 minutes. Yeah, but we're gonna keep an eye on this one. Let's just join the stream. If you haven't entered anything yet, go ahead and click the first in the description. Join the free Telegram so you can see how we done this week. You already see on the screen how we did last week. We had a great day yesterday. I mean, we had a great week so far in general. It's just been a little bit of a slower week, but that's just the market conditions. If you just go on this website, Forex Factory, you can see how this week's been looking. And if you just look, it explains really why the conditions have been the way they have this week. So not really tripping too much about that, because even with these conditions, we're still up for the week and we still be catching some nice moves. So we're looking for possible sells here. Just waiting to see how price is treating this level. We're also watching GJ to see how it reacts to this level right here. So far, it's still treating that level as a resistance. As we can see, it's touching the same level as yesterday, and it's rejecting it. So there's that. Yeah, now it's rejecting it pretty hard right there. And then GA, we're looking at GA as well. So yeah, possible GA and EA setups. New Zealand pairs are still retracing up, so we're gonna let them do their thing. But yeah, so we're looking at possible GA and EA sells for right now. Gold. Let me pull up gold on my other screen. Like a sidetrack. So gold's still chilling at that level. So we're gonna see what the next 15 looks like for that. But again, we got a lot of news events popping up at 8:30, so wouldn't be too surprised if prices kind of chilling until then, especially the USD pairs, which is why we're kind of focusing on the other currency pairs right now. Yeah, so this is definitely holding as resistance. It's turning back red again. New 5-minute digit start. We got 5 minutes until the next 15. So whatever comes first, whether it hits the number I'm looking at, or if the next 15 pops up and it's showing it's still trying to push to the downside, whatever comes first. But I am leaning towards sells on this. Yeah, but we're just chilling right now. Yeah, so this is the only pair we're going to be looking at right now. Everything else, we're going to let it do its thing. So we're looking at GA and EA possible sells. Watching gold as well, because it just retraced back down to a support level. So we're going to see if we can hold that level of support. And if we can look for a possible buy here. I really wanted to respect this level. I don't want to see it drop anymore. It could still drop some more, but I would like to see it hold this level. If we can hold this level, we definitely have a higher chance of the bullish momentum continuing on. But we're going to see what happens. Yeah, so we're looking at EA and gold right now. Yeah, but as we see, it's just basically chilling here. We got a couple minutes to the next 15. We're going to see if this 15 or the 4 o'clock candle, if things are going to pick up a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah, so we got a couple minutes to the next 15. Looking at GJ still too, but like I said, we're just going to keep it on this pair for now. Yeah, I'm liking how this is looking. All right, do 15 want to pop up. So it's leaning towards the red side. Okay, so I'm not jumping on this. New 15 just started. Did end red. Let's look to the left. Again, like I always say, look to the left. It's going to explain what's happening in the present. It's going to potentially happen in the future. So we see prices at this level of traffic here. It's a little bit underneath. It's kind of in the middle, but this explains why it's kind of choppy right now. Because just like it was choppy here, when it broke this level, we see kind of the same choppiness getting reenacted here. And then just like how it was choppy here, look here. We see a choppiness at the same level. We see choppiness at the same level. So now we can understand why price is doing what it's doing right now. Because again, we just look to the left. We just zoomed out, look to the left. It's literally right at this level, and it's kind of stuck. Which is why when it hit this level, it bounced back up. Because it hit this level, just like how when price hit this level, it bounced back up. Same thing happened in here. So we're watching to see if it can hold this level. If we can hold this low as resistance, drop to the downside, we look for sell. So I did a nice little wick here. And this candlestick is looking like it's trying to drop. So I am kind of liking this. So we might jump in on this. You can go ahead and post this disclaimer. Again, it's just 11 sentences. Make sure to read all of them. Because it explains how the TPs work. It explains how you should go about trading in general. And all that good stuff. That's the only pair I kind of like right now. Like I said, we do have some high impact news popping off later on in New York. So that can affect the markets a little bit. And I am anticipating some retracements on most of these pairs before the news or during the news. So there's that as well. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm waiting. I have a certain number I'm waiting for price to hit and break. So that's why I'm just chilling right now. In no rush to enter any trades. We're up for the week. No rush to enter trades. Even if it was Monday, beginning of the week, still be acting the same. And no rush to enter trades. Those just joined the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. Looking at possible EA sales. Just waiting on some confirmations. But we haven't entered anything yet. Yeah, still retesting a low. So we're gonna let it push up. But still retesting this level, still attempting to either hold underneath this level or it's gonna reject back to its daily. So we're gonna let it do its thing right now. A new 5 minute about to pop up. And then the New Zealand pairs are doing a retracement. So we're going to let those do its thing. Looking at gold still. But yeah, price is basically chilling right now. But not too much of a shocker there. Yeah, so price is kind of just chilling here. So when price is chilling, it's either going to reject or break through. So that's what we're waiting to. Just want to make sure that we're going to enter the trade. All confirmations are met. That way we can have a higher probability of trade going our way. Of course, not as 100%, but we're patient and wait for extra confirmations. We'll have a higher chance of the trade going our way. It's kind of just chilling right here. So I'm waiting to see it kind of make a move. So I like to really enter trades when it's just chilling or kind of stuck in place. So we can see a wick. It kind of is trying to push to the downside, but we're still going to wait. Like I said, I have a certain number I'm waiting for price to hit. Yeah, so we're going to be patient. And see, it's trying to push to the downside. It's got some work to do, though. Yeah, it's trying to push. Gold is still chilling at that level, so we're not going to mess with that yet. Some other pairs on my other screen. It's the only one that's looking at it like a. It's the only one that's at a decent entry position. My bad, I'm quiet. I'm looking at a few charts right now. Yeah, so you can see it's trying to push the downside. Let's struggling to break through this level here. So it's either going to retrace. We're going to look for a sell right here, or if we're going to hold this level and showing us going to attempt to break through, then we can look for a sell here. But that's the main thing waiting on. Because yes, I am calculating my lot size, and even if the SL does get hit here, if I re-enter here, I'll make my money back and more. It doesn't mean I want to do that just because, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to wait just a little bit. Because you don't want to just keep on entering trades over and over again. You still want to look for the best of your setups that can still save you some money on the long term. This thing is definitely trying to drop to the downside though. Got a new 5-minute at the start. Yeah, you see how it keeps trying to push and keeps rejecting that level. It's definitely trying though. New 500 just started. Yeah, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. Like I said, every other pair is kind of retracing right now. It's only pair had a decent looking entry. Just waiting on some confirmations. Yeah, so it's gonna move this over. Those are just showing the stream. Make sure you hit that first in the description, join the free Telegram. I just posted a disclaimer because we're looking like we're going to possibly enter this soon. But as you can see, it's still kind of rejecting the level. So we're gonna let it do its thing. It's kind of just showing here. So we got the 4 o'clock candle about to pop up. 4 o'clock candle, usually volume likes to pump up at that time. We're gonna see what happens. Got about 3.5 minutes until then. But you see on the screen how we did last week. This week we're up as well. Whoops, let me move that over. And remove that. I have the signal written out ready to go, but let me take that out. So I don't need nobody jumping in like, oh well, I saw it on your screen. Even though I ain't posted yet. So let me delete that really quick. All right, cool. So this is how we're doing this week so far. We are 5-2 for the week. Didn't take as many trades as last week, obviously, but again, if you've been here for the week or last week, you know why. Been breaking it down all week. New month, new reports, and plus a bunch of holidays have been going on all week. So with those conditions, going to be taking less trades because it's going to be choppier markets and a little bit harsher market conditions. But I do kind of like this. But we're going to wait for the next 15 because we're like 3 minutes away. But this is how we're doing so far. This week we're 5-2. Yesterday we went 2-0. We got a total of 4,120 pips. Medium members got a huge G8 drop, and that caused an SPX drop on yesterday's live. Broke down both those trades on yesterday's live. So if you missed yesterday's live, or this is your first time on the live, it is recorded. So make sure to check that out. Give me 1 second. This was the GA sell that we caught. Nice 1-3 risk reward. I did take multiple other positions here, but this was the initial setup. Beautiful, clean setup here. And then that was a nice 1-3 risk reward. So we made about 3 times what we were risking on that setup. And then this is the SPX play. Same thing, another 1-3 risk reward. Beautiful setup here. Made over 3 times our risk there. Went completely zone to zone. And just look how accurate these levels. As soon as it touched this level, look how immediately rejected to the upside. Same thing here. As soon as it touched this level, what happened? Rejected. As soon as it touched this level here, rejected. You see these wicks rejecting this level. You see how prices are playing at this level, which is why we trade off these levels. Got a new 15 about to start. I do like this right here. It turned red on us. It was turning green. I like the wick right there. So we're going to be entering this next candlestick. I just want to wait for the next 15 to see what's going to retrace or how it's going to react. But we're 90% most likely going to be entering this on the next candlestick. Again, keep in mind the market conditions. We can see some reversals or retracements before New York or before the news. So, like always, keep an eye on your chart with any trade that you do take or enter. All right, new 15. You see it immediately turn green, which is why we're waiting for it. But if that thing turns back red and we see a wick, we're going to most likely jump in on this. So kind of like this setup here. Again, why did I say wait for the next 15? We just saw what happened. Why did I assume that was going to happen? Simply because I've seen it happen hundreds of other times from me back testing and watching the charts and taking notes. Again, you start looking at the charts and you start writing down things you see. You're going to start seeing them on different charts, different time frames, different days. Because you start seeing the same stuff over and over again. And once you start writing down or note taking and acknowledging what you're noticing on the charts, then you'll be able to start identifying patterns and understanding the behaviors of the charts and markets and how they really move. So yeah, this is why I was waiting on it. That thing literally traced right back to it was 2 candlesticks ago, but we see it's wicking down. So we might be jumping on this in a second because I do like this right here. You see it's rejecting a level still, but you see it's respecting this as resistance as well. But we're just kind of stuck in this box. So it's either going to reject this level or it's either going to do one of two things. It's either going to reject this level, retest this. It's going to do one of three things. It's going to reject this level, come back to this daily resistance, then drop, or it's going to reject this level, break through this daily resistance, and come back to this level where we can possibly look for a sell, or it's going to reject this level and push to the downside. So that's the three different possibilities I see happening here. So that's why we're just patiently waiting. Because again, yes, I'm properly calculating my lot size where if I lose a trade, the next trade, if it's a winner, will cancel out that loss. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I just want to jump in trades without, thinking things through. There's no rush in jumping in trades. That's why we're just patiently waiting. And then on top of that, if we just look at the chart, it's literally in the same spot since the live started. So it's not like we've missed any pips waiting for the setup. You know what I'm saying? This is when we started. This is literally all prices done since we've been on the live. So it's not like we missed anything by just waiting for confirmations and waiting to see if price can hit the number I'm looking at. Yeah, but we're still gonna keep an eye on this. But like I said, I'm not really too shocked or surprised if price doesn't really do much until closer to New York. That doesn't mean we're not gonna be on the charts still. Let's see what these other pairs are doing. But yeah, I'm still watching this. I'm gonna try not to miss the setup on this. I'm gonna still watch the charts, but again, if my confirmation ain't met, I'm not gonna enter the trade. That's simple. But I am gonna be paying attention to gold and indices also. Like I said, members, we're gonna be going live for the news in a few hours, so be on the lookout for that when I drop the link. If you want to contact me directly, you can hit me up on Instagram. You should see it on your screen, playmaker_way. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is Playmaker Way. If you're following my backup, there's two ways you can know it's my backup. The first way is very simple. The username is completely different from the one you're going to see on the screen. So if you're following me on TikTok and I have 500 followers on the account and it's not the same username, you're following my backup. make sure to follow this page. All right. I got 700 people on my main page, 500 on my backup. I need 400 more to go live on TikTok. Once I get 1,000 followers, we'll be going live on TikTok as well. We'll be outside of London. And, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. I got a lot of stuff planned for that. But I need 1,000 followers first. But yeah, like I said, if you want to contact me directly, any questions, of course, preferably Forex related, I respond to all messages within the day, whether you're a member, student, or not. I respond to all messages, I answer all questions. You can also hit me up on Telegram. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room. Like I said, if you just joined the stream, we broke down all the possible setups we're going to be looking for from SPX, from gold, GJ, GN, GA, EN, EA. So if you just joined the stream, make sure to rewind that back and be in the free Telegram just in case we do enter a trade while you're watching the recording. You don't miss out on that. But for now, as we see, prices kind of just ranging. Things might pop off in a little bit in the next hour or so, but as of this live, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. But like I said, we're going to be looking at possible EA sells. It's going to take a little while before I can say they're looking for buys. Even if price retraces up, again, keywords retracement. But overall, we are looking bearish for the time being on New Zealand pairs and AUD pairs. And by New Zealand pairs, I mean specifically EN and GN, and AUD pairs, I mean specifically EA and GA. Gold, we're going to be looking for buys unless price breaks below 2006, 2005. If price doesn't break below 2005, 2006, I'm looking for buys. All right. If it doesn't break below this level, I'm looking for buys. This will be a decent level for a buy. If it can hold this level, as you can see, it's kind of just chilling for the time being. But anything above 2006, I'm looking for buys. That's simple right there. But yeah, price of late just been chilling since the stream at the same exact price. So, you know, even if we would have entered, we wouldn't have really made any money. We would have just been flickering between red and blue. So didn't really miss anything. And now it's pushing back up to try to retest this level. So it looks like it's about to do potentially option one that we was just talking about. But nonetheless, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the communities tab. Look at my second most recent post on the communities tab and vote for what kind of video you want me to drop this weekend or the beginning of next week. Also got my second channel. I just dropped my first video for my second channel. All right, I'll probably drop the link for that in the Telegram later today. But the second channel is going to be about ways to make money online outside of Forex. All right, all the stuff that I talk about on that channel is going to be stuff I've personally done in the past, currently do, or had other people I know personally have done it that works. But you know what I'm saying? It's 2023. We ain't making money online yet. You're a little late to the party, but there's still time to jump on a few bandwagons. So that's what we're going to be breaking down on that channel. But for now, we're going to be hopping off. Going to be back at it on Monday, same time, Monday 7:30 EST. Members will be live in a few hours. If you're interested in joining the Advanced Play Signal Room or learning how to identify these levels, click the links in the description. Also do one-on-one sessions, one-on-one mentorships. With the one-on-one sessions, you also get access to the Advanced Play Signal Room. You get 2 sessions with me a week that are an hour long and recorded to you same day and all that good stuff. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and hop off. And I'll see y'all next week.